Good morning, my dear students. I hope that you all are regularly studying and taking the benefits of all teachers' effort, what we are regularly making for you. Today, we are going to start our political science chapter number 2, that is federalism. This chapter number 2, federalism, is very close with your previous chapter, which was power sharing. In our previous chapter number 1, political science, power sharing, we studied about different forms of power sharing. We have done that how power is shared among different levels of the government. In the previous chapter, you have done different forms of power sharing. In that chapter, you have done power share among the different organs of the government, power share among the different social groups, among different linguistic groups, among different caste groups, and one more important you have done in your previous chapter, that was how power is shared among different levels of the government. And this topic, how power is shared among different levels of the government, we are going to study in an explained way, in a detailed way in this chapter, federalism. You have done that different levels of the government means central level of government, state level of government, and local level of government. In short, we can understand that these three different levels of government which are made in the democracies for the administration is actually it is non-federalism. If you want to know the actual meaning of federalism, that is, this word is made by the combination of two words. First is federal, another is ism. Meaning of federal in English is group, and in Hindi we say it Sangh. What about this group? Group can be made by the different countries. Different countries group can be a federal, and the group of states that can be a federal. Means federalism is a form of the government where either different countries work together or different states of one country work together. Now we have to do that how federalism can be practiced with two different ways in the democracies. First form is that is known as unitary form of government, and another form is known as federal form of government. What is unitary form of the government? Under unitary form of the government, generally we see that only one level of the government is there, and that is the national government. In other words, you can also understand it with the central government. Under unitary form of the government, we see only one level of the government. Or somehow, if other level of the government is there, that work under the subordinate of central government. The concept is saying कि actually unitary form of the government, under this form of the government, generally we see only one level of the government. But if anyhow, in any case, one more level of the government is made that do not work independently, that always work under the subordinate, means under the control of the national or central government. Third, central government can pass on order to the state government. Under this unitary form of the government, the national government, the central government can pass any order and state government has to follow that order. But this federal form of government in the democracies, that is completely opposite from the unitary form of the government. How it is opposite? See, we have done that in unitary form of the government only one level of the government is there, but under federal form of the government more than one level, means the minimum level of the government will be two here. One is national and another state. But in your country, I think you all know that three levels of the government are there. Can you name me? First, central government, state government, and one more is in India, that is local government. But federal form of government says there should be at least two level of the government. If local government is not there, but national and provincial or state government, that should be there. Second difference is, here we have done that all the provincial government, if are there, they work under the subordinate or under the control of national government, but it does not happen under the federal form of government. State government do not work under the central government. They have their own jurisdiction. They have their own area of power. They are not under the control of the national or central government. State government are their own independent. Then third difference is, here we have done that central government can pass order for the state and state has to follow that. But here under the federal form of government, central government cannot do that. Central government cannot pass on order to the state government. State government is not bounded to follow that. So these three basic differences are there between the unitary form of the government and the federal form of the government. So in short, we can understand that what is federalism? Federalism actually is a system of government in which the powers are divided between central government and other constituent unit. Here the meaning of constituent unit is other levels of the government. Generally what we see in this system, in the system of federalism, those democracies who are following this system of federalism, generally they have minimum two levels of government. First is known as national or central government and another is known as state or provincial government. We have to one more level na, that is local government, but we are talking about the general scenario of the federalism, so only we will talk about the national and state government. So the national government, what it does? National government take the decision on national interest. The issues which are nationally important, the decision on that only national government take. What kind of the issues are there which are of the national interest? Like foreign affairs, like defense issue, like currency. These are some subjects which are nationally important. Then on the other hand, second level of the government, what it does, what is its jurisdiction? Actually the state and provincial government see day-to-day administration of that particular provincial, of that particular state. For example, you all are living in Haryana, so your Haryana state government is responsible for the day-to-day administration of their state. What kind of the day-to-day administration issues are there? Like police. Suppose Haryana police has to give an order, that will not be given by the Prime Minister or by the national government. That order will be given by the Chief Minister, who is the head of the state government. Then administration, then agriculture issues, like education issues. These are those issues which are day-to-day administration important way. So these are taken care by the state provincial government. Now we will move towards the next topic, and this next topic is the key features of federalism.